Okay. All right. If you see my tablet in the video, it means that I am reading off my notes. I have my notes here because conversations like these requires that you have your thoughts down so that you can better articulate them. I grew up in a small town in the Bono Ahafo region, which is now known as the Bono region. And for 15 years, every friend I made through school. I never went out of my way to make friends outside of school. And to make matters worse, the people that I made, the friends that I made in school, we went from crèche through to high school, junior high school 3 in the same institution. So for around 12 years, I had the same friends. Fast forward to senior high school, I make friends. And to be honest, I was very shocked by how kids in the city behave, but that was not much of an issue. I went to university and I also made friends there. Essentially, I've probably made about 98% of my friends from school. And the numbers are not accurate, but you get the point. Yeah. Why am I telling you all of this? I am telling you all of this because I believe that not believe, I think, I believe. I believe my friends. I believe that I've made solid friends throughout the years. And the reason why I'm saying this is because since I made friends from school, I literally spent 5 days in a week with them and even some of them on the weekends as well. So I spend enough time with people to choose my friends. And I think, or I believe that I've made solid groups of friends. And obviously, some of the friendships faded because that is how life is. Times and seasons change, and so there's a category of who gets to be our friend. And it's not that you don't talk to them anymore, but they just don't have the title of friend in your life. It's crazy how it's taking me about 23 years to reflect on whether or not I'm a good friend. And I think this should have happened in 2019, 2020, where this whole era of cutting friends off thingy came. And correct me on the date if I'm wrong, but that's just beside the point. Anyways, I'm so glad that this is happening now. This reflection is happening now, and I'm sorry. As I was saying, I am so glad that this reflection is happening now in the era where accountability and responsibility means very little, aka I don't owe anybody anything. So I ask myself, am I a good friend or just a friend? Where just a friend means that you are not causing any harm. Like you're not technically a bad friend. You're not necessarily a bad friend, but you're not a good one either. You just exist. Like you have the title of a friend, but you're not useful as a friend. Yeah, shocker. Everyone is supposed to be useful in this life. If you're not useful, you're not needed. Everyone has a role to play. So I ask myself, am I a good friend or am I just a friend? Well, I've already explained who just a friend is. You're not causing harm. You're not technically a bad one, but you're not a good one either. You're just there. You just have the title of friend. And I think the reason why this happens is because the title friend is just being thrown around very loosely. It's kind of lost its meaning, right? And that's where this reflection is coming from. Am I really a good friend? And are you a good friend? We need to talk about that. And one thing that I barely hear is this is my acquaintance, this is a colleague. Are those words no more part of the dictionary? Have they been ripped out of the dictionary? Because why are we not using those terms? Like you are an acquaintance. I just happen to know you a couple of times. We don't share anything that makes us friends. But then we just say, oh, they're a friend. Are they really a friend or they're just an acquaintance or a colleague? And it's not supposed to be hurtful. Like, just because they're an acquaintance or a colleague, it doesn't mean that you don't have to be kind to them or smile or show love or consideration or anything of that sort. They just don't have to be in your personal space. Now, on the topic of today, who is a good friend? What makes a good friend? And am I a good friend? Are you a good friend? When I typed who is a good friend in Google, the first thing that popped up was by Better App that said a close friend is honest, speaks from the heart with good intentions. They tell you what you need to hear in a way that you can hear rather than gossip behind your back. The quality friend is trustworthy. Not only are your secrets safe with them, but so are your vulnerability, fear, and weirdness. And I think there are trillions of things that the internet will say a good friend is, and they are all right. They are all true. But I am going to break it down into three things that I think every friend should have, or what I should be able to give to a friend, right? And number one on my list is being trustworthy. Now, I am not expecting you to be God. You cannot be God. You cannot behave like God because God is not man. But I believe that I should be able to trust that my friend has got my back and will defend me. Be truthful, because how else am I going to know that you're not lying if you're not trustworthy? You get what I mean? Nobody can tell, unless some people, obviously, some people do give it away, but then nobody can tell that somebody is lying unless they have a habit of doing that. If I know that you're trustworthy, then I'm going to trust the things you say, right? So I'm trusting that my friend will be truthful. So I will not question when you say things. And if you're truthful, there's no pretense or betrayal. I should be able to trust that you can be a shelter in misfortune. So, number two on my list is considerate, being considerate. Now, being considerate is not talked about enough. I don't think that being the term, the phrase, the concept of being considerate is talked about enough. I believe is one of the most powerful forms of love. To think of someone, right? How they feel about things and situations and to act in their benefits. Being considerate is a deliberate action. Come. The reason why I love the concept of being considerate so much is that most of the time when people hurt you, they are thinking more about themselves than you. They're being selfish. So for example, if I take more meat from the soup and as a result everyone else gets less, I acted mainly on my gain. I wanted more meat. That's why I took it, not because I wanted everyone else to get less. Everyone getting less was as a result of my selfishness. So, for you to be the center of someone's thoughts and actions, I find that beautiful. Oh, I got you a bottle of water because I thought you might be thirsty. Oh, I put your phone on charge because I realized it was dying and you might need it to go home. Oh, I shared this podcast with you because I thought you'd love to listen to Umar Suleiman. It's the fact that someone is thinking about you and taking action for your gain. I find that lovely and beautiful. That is so beautiful, honestly. The third thing I'm going to talk about is that I think every friend should be compassionate. And what do I mean by being compassionate? Obviously, has a the word has a definition. When you look it up, it will tell you what you need to know. Being compassionate, thinking about other people's suffering, and then taking action to help. It is a tangible expression of love. When you're compassionate, you are empathetic, you listen, and you respect your friends. That is what it means to be compassionate, to look at the suffering of other people and taking action to help. And that is very expressive, right? And you expressing love, it's very tangible. I can see what you are doing to show your love. So I find that really beautiful as well. So I think those three things are things that everyone should have as a friend. Every single soul should have as a friend. Now, back to more. If I should break down my habits as a friend towards my friends, I think I do not show how much I feel about people. And let me explain. I don't tell my friends that you look beautiful as much. And I don't tell them that I am proud of them as much. I don't share the word of God with them as much. I don't let what I'm thinking and how I'm feeling come out to them as much through words, because how are they going to know that I think they look pretty in what they are wearing if I don't say it to them? And sometimes these little things coming from people that are around you can be so encouraging and so loving and so genuine, right? To hear that it's coming from people around them, people that they see on a daily basis, they are going to believe that, oh, I look pretty, oh, I look gorgeous, oh, I'm kind, oh, I am doing well, someone is proud of me, all of those, right? And I think I am pretty compassionate and trustworthy, or I think I'm doing well. Let me know in the comments if you're my friend, right? And if it is mutual that you're my friend, I just want you to know that I love and I appreciate you so much. Yeah. Aww. That's what you type that in the comments. Type that in the comment section. Oh my god. Yeah. And if your picture was not in this video today, come and let's take pictures together. Have you heard? Alright. Now, thank you so much for coming to my TED Talk. Listening to me evaluate whether or not I'm a good friend and letting you know what it takes to be a good friend, in my opinion. There's so much more, so much more. And I just thought everything else tied into these three. I just think that everything else tie into these three things, right? Yeah. And I just want you to know that if you like content like this, let me know in the comment section. Tell me what video ideas you have. And don't be so caught up in fake friends, fake friends that you forget to be a good one to the people who are good friends to you. Thank you so much for coming, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.